Thank you for joining us for our video on measuring for body armor. Now, a lot of times it doesn't really matter what type of armor you're buying because most of the measurements are very similar from armor company to armor company. The ones that we'll be taking today are a full chest, a front standing, a front sitting, a back standing, and a girth measurement. Now those are the 5 most important measurements that you can take. Along with that, it's critical to have your height and your weight on your measurement form as well, and your contact information, cell phone or email address, along with your department agency contact information is also helpful. So we're going to go ahead and get started with the measuring. So the first measurement we're going to take is our front standing measurement, and it's important that you have your uniform pants on as well as your duty belt. So we're going to go from the clavicle depression on the front down to the top of the duty belt and take that measurement. That's our first measurement, and that's the front standing. So the next measurement we're going to be taking is the back standing. So from that top vertebrae, which is basically right there, down to the top of the gun belt is the measurement that we want. Now, depending on what form you're using, some forms suggest that you take it from a point that's straight across from the top of the shoulder to the top of the shoulder, and that's where they want you to start. So if that's the case, you find the line that's parallel across the top of the back, and then go to that spot, and then down to the top of the duty belt. As you can see, there's a couple inches difference between the two measurements, so you have to be careful as far as what your measurement form is asking, and most of them have a diagram on it as far as where they want your point to be. The next measurement we're going to be taking is the full chest measurement. So what we're going to ask our subject to do is lift his arms up, wrap around the back, and then across the chest, getting the fullest part of the chest, and making sure you're up high on the back. After you take the chest, what we want is the girth measurement. Basically what we're looking for is the fullest part of the stomach, and typically it's pretty close to where the belly button is, but find that point and measure around the fullest part of the stomach, making sure that you're getting the fullest part of the back or the sides as well. And then our last measurement is going to be our front sitting measurement. The front sitting measurement is very similar to the front standing measurement. We're taking it from the clavicle down to the top of the duty belt. And that's going to be our front sitting measurement. One other measurement that they might ask for is a top or a front side measurement, which is basically from the collarbone down the front of the side and then to the top of the duty belt. Now, as long as you have all those measurements, as long as you've taken your time to do it, you should have accurate measurements. And like I said earlier, it doesn't really matter what form you're using. Those are pretty standard measurements for body armor.